At the base of your reading, we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a resourceful person. She has a penchant for being a domestic person. She's fertile, abundant. She does have a gentle spirit. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is coming up at your root chakra. So you are stable, you are grounded, and you do have great instincts for survival. I believe you do have balance and you take good care of what you have. You're quite maternal as well. So at the foundation of your reading in your root chakra, the Queen of Pentacles, I believe, is a good card to receive. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles. So lots of pentacles on the board. It looks like both the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles are holding on to their pentacle. They're holding on to their earthly resources. And this Four of Pentacles, again, is a stable person. This Four of Pentacles does not want to go down in pentacles. They're already at a certain level of security, and so they desire long-term security. And so that is what's on your mind and at the base of your reading. Oh, this wanted to come up for your solar plexus, the Three of Cups. For the Three of Cups, I believe that you are going to be developing or do have some sort of will to develop more friendships, a circle of support. You do have Shiro warrior energy, but you also are quite feminine in your feminine energy, which is great. So I am picking up on feminine energies here, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and with the Three of Cups. This to me is also celebrations, and these three figures here seem to be raising their cup to each other, like a cheers, like, you know, a celebration of some sorts. So this is great that it's coming up in your solar plexus, because I feel like you do have the guts to do what you want to do in this next phase of your life. So I believe you do have the motivation, the passion, the self-esteem, the vitality. I believe you do have the warrior energy and the ability to manifest your goals. This is coming up for your solar plexus. Next, let's see what's coming up for your heart chakra. Okay, so this stack came out. Let's go one by one. Okay, this makes sense. So the Two of Pentacles is coming up for your heart chakra. It looks like you have choices. You are multitasking. You're weighing many options, and you're successfully weighing those options. You are successfully multitasking. I do see the infinity sign here as well. So I'm also getting the sense that you are naturally a multitasker, and this sense of juggling is something that you're used to. The sense of juggling is infinite. And so actually it could be quite sustainable for you to have multiple careers, for you to have multiple crafts that you're into and multiple things going on at the same time. So there's nothing wrong with that either, because this character I see is actually successfully juggling these things. They're successfully juggling Two Pentacles. And that's coming up in your heart. So lots of pentacles coming up on the board, because we were at Queen, 4, and then 2. And next we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is coming up for your throat chakra. With the King of Swords, this is a logical person, a great leader. This person is strategic and uses their brain, is thoughtful. This King of Swords takes in all the information and weighs it out. And so this King of Swords is not a foolish person. This King of Swords will be open to information, listen, take in the information, and then make their decision, and is a reasonable leader. It's interesting because I think now is not the time for emotions. You know, now is the time to go into your intellectual part of your being and to really be reasonable and weigh things and make those judgments and then speak those things clearly. speak clearly what you want so that you can manifest, because this is coming up in your throat chakra, and so we do want to manifest by using our voice. And so it is very important that you keep your speech positive and truthful, and you are a creative person. We're all creative people, and so your influence can come very heavily in your words, in what you say, because this is coming up in your throat chakra. So just something to keep in mind. Altogether, I do like this reading. Altogether, I do like this energy. So lots of pentacles. We have some cups and swords. The temperance card is coming up for your third eye chakra. You do have insight. You do have wisdom. And the temperance card does have a crown or illumination, and then it does have like a gold illumination on their third eye there. And this is coming up for your third eye. So I do like this sentiment. I see that there's a lot of abundance there. There's blooming flowers. There's actually a crown here in the background, and then the water, and there's lush foliage there. It's a clear day. I do get a very balanced central vibe from this character in the center of the card. You do have patience. You do have self-control. You can have moderation. And I believe that the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance together, I think that you're okay with that multitasking vibe, because the Two of Pentacles has 2 pentacles and is successfully juggling, and then this Temperance image here has 2 cups and is successfully pouring resources and replenishment from one cup to the other. There's also 2 iris here. It looks like they're yellow iris, so that might be significant. I'm getting the sense that you are going to be multitasking, and that's quite all right. Of course, you don't want to overwhelm yourself, but I'm just getting the sense with this juggling vibe that maybe you don't have to choose, right? So having more than one pot on the stove, that is something that you can do successfully. Maybe other people are not as comfortable, having multiple pots on the stove, but I think that you are someone who's capable of doing that and doing it competently. One more from this deck. And now we're receiving the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is coming up for your crown chakra. In your crown chakra, you do desire material abundance, good health, wishes coming true, and you deserve all that. With this coming up in your crown chakra, I believe that you are connected to Source. You do have self-acceptance, self-mastery. You do have a lot of inner light, and you have done a lot. I feel like you want to transcend even more, and I do feel that you're going to get it. So altogether, I do see a lot of cups on the board, because we have the Three of Cups. The Temperance is not a cups card, but there's cups there. And then with the Nine of Cups here as well, it looks like there's a lot of water, a lot of emotions attached to these decisions that you're making. And I want to encourage you that I believe that you're going on the right path, because we do have a lot of very positive cards here on the board. So again, the Queen of Pentacles for your root chakra, the Four of Pentacles for your sacral. We have the Three of Cups for your solar plexus. We have the Two of Pentacles for your heart chakra. And then we have the King of Swords for your throat chakra. This Temperance card is Major Arcana, and it's coming up for your third eye chakra. And then the Nine of Cups is coming up here for your crown chakra. So what I like to do is pull one, Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I like to pull one just as kind of like a clarifying card. So this is a beautiful gold foil holographic deck. And the one that fell out was the King of Wands. Very interesting. So you do want action, you do want things to happen and decisions to be made and things to take place. And that is a real feeling that you have. You do have a lot of fire. You do have a lot of creativity. You are bold and you do have power and charm and courage. And I want to encourage you that you do have what it takes to manifest. You do have what it takes. One of the things that stands out to me on this card is the energy that's vibrating from this King of Wands here. So do you see this beautiful like gold holographic card? And the sky there, it's as if the aura or the energy of this King of Wands is going up to the heavens. It's reverberating out. It's being sent out. And this King of Wands is very confident. So I do want you to be confident in the path forward. We may not have all the answers, but that's okay. That's part of the process. But what this King of Wands is sending out, the manifestation, the creativity, the action that this King of Wands is sending out, I believe is positive. I'm getting positive vibes from this card. Again, this is your reading, so you do need to interpret all of this for yourself. I just feel like this King of Wands wants to fall under this Queen of Pentacles here. For some reason, I'm looking at the lizard there, and I feel like there's something significant about that little lizard. You know, lizards don't hang around noisy places. They like to kind of have peace. And so it's pretty interesting that the lizard is there right on the throne and looking quite comfortable out in the open next to this King of Wands. And then this Queen of Pentacles, there's a little bunny rabbit or hare at her feet here. I feel like nature is really important to your story. I am getting a vibe of nature. Even though wand here has some leaves on it, and with the little lizard appearing there, and then with this Queen of Pentacles, there is lots of lush foliage around here. Look at the beautiful mountains there. And she's got her throne. You know, she is on her throne. And so I believe that nature and something natural land has something to do with your story. I'm feeling like all of this abundance and foliage, the flowers, the blue mountains, the view, the landscape, I just feel like some of that is significant. And so take that for what it's worth for yourself. This is your reading, so I appreciate that you will interpret this for yourself as well and just use my intuition to guide you. But I'm just really being called to that scenery and that landscape. Like this abundance and all this foliage is very important to decisions that you're going to make, and just very important to your story. That land is really beautiful and lush, and I mean, it's I want to be there. It's just beautiful. This is a beautiful landscape here that this Queen of Pentacles has behind her and at her feet. I hope a lot of this was helpful to you today. Thank you for allowing me to entertain you with the cards. Best wishes, self-care always, safe journeys, and have a wonderful day.